with the beautiful owner of Perfect Fit Matchmaking, the wonderful Aviva. Reimer, welcome her to the show. Now, I consider you to be the Canadian millionaire matchmaker. And then, you know, that lady Patty, she takes it for the States. But tell me a little bit about your business. That's very exciting. So you work with millionaires and you match them.
I work with successful people.
Successful people.
Who, you know, have freedom. They work hard. They want freedom, so they work hard. And they're basically at a place in their life where they don't have the time to be dealing with all kinds of issues that arise on a daily basis, especially in this day and age when it comes to dating and online dating. And as much as they are efficient in their business, they want to be efficient in their love life. So when they get to that point, they want to seek out somebody like me who does the work for them while they can continue to build their empire.
When did this business start?
It evolved about a year ago. I have an extensive background in everything that has anything to do with how you look and how you feel. Been in the fitness industry for over 20 years, done image consulting and personal shopping, so I've always been inspiring people to, you know, do better, to feel better, to inspire others. And it evolved into, I also had an events company in Vancouver called Aviva Productions.
That's where you're originally from, Vancouver?
Yeah, I grew up there. I'm actually European descent, but I grew up in Vancouver. And I used to have an events company, and I used to do a very high-end wine and dine tour, 3 different restaurants, and it was singles events, and people had a really great time. And I wanted to incorporate that into Toronto. So once I launched my business here, the mixers and putting people together for dinner and so forth, everyone started to come to me because they liked the way I executed, and they wanted me to help them actually meet somebody really of quality.
Wonderful. Okay, so you act on behalf of your client, and you qualify people, so you take out all the time and BS of, you know, looking for that special person, and then what happens? How do you put them together?
Well, I'll explain the process a little bit. I have a very wide network, social media, lots of different recruiters and friends and so forth. I'm the one that basically goes out there and finds exactly what you're looking for. As much of what you're looking for as possible, right? Because nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
Everybody has a little bit of issues here and there. And ideally, you know, we want that special person that we have chemistry with. That's the most important thing. But commonalities are important. The little things are important, such as, you know, maybe you like to both play volleyball. Maybe you're all, you know, hockey fans. You know, things you can share together are very important. But the most important thing is chemistry, commonalities, and I go out there and I find your mold. Everybody has a mold. Everybody has a tick of their own. And I'm out there searching for the talk, tick-tock. And what I do with my clients, once I seek these ladies or gentlemen out, I will introduce them after I've done my due diligence, of course, I go very deep in my diligence. And in the hopes that they find chemistry. They have to fill out an extensive questionnaire. We talk about family life, we talk about parents, we talk about their, you know, the way they grew up, where they come from.
Understand their values, right?
Absolutely. Values have to be there. It's very, very important. I actually go to people's homes and I see where they live and how they live to make sure that they are who they say they are, because there's a lot of issues online. There's a lot of issues going on. People are in their phones all the time. Nobody's paying attention anymore. And it's actually, you know, the whole chivalry thing and the relationship is really breaking down. So I'm the one that you're going to come to when you're done with all of that and you want to be efficient and you really want love and you're ready.
Anybody here ready for that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what are people looking for? What are men looking for in a relationship?
There's a few things. You know, there's a few stigmas attached to men and there's a few stigmas attached to women. Men think that women can be gold diggers. Women can think that men can be players, right? But everybody can be a player until they meet the right one, right? So it's all about the chemistry, and the timing has a huge part in it. Men, first they're attracted to the appearance, and men are very, very visual. And I can tell you a whole bunch of things that, you know, what men are all about, what men need, and the same goes for the ladies. So initially they're very visual. They want somebody down to earth. They really would like to find women who will listen to them and will support them and what they're doing in their life, and give them one of the most important things is to give them the freedom that they need to be men. Okay. To be able to, you know, go out with the boys, to go on the golfing trips, to, you know, you have to give your man that freedom, and they look for that understanding, that acceptance for them to be who they are, because they are different than women.
Sure, and they communicate differently.
Exactly, and you have to learn how to accept certain things. You have to, you know, be very open-minded, you know, and the same thing goes for women. I'm sorry guys, but women love feminine, beautiful, sparkly things.
Bling.
And, you know, we like to be doted on, and it doesn't mean that you have to spend a lot of money. It means those tiny little things, attentive things that are really, really important, that you sometimes, when you get caught up in your, you know, business life and so forth, that you kind of forget about. But if you can, you know, have a little reminder in your phone on a daily basis to reach out and say hello and I love you, or like do those tiny little things. We need attention,
yeah.
You know, and if a man could accept that a woman needs that kind of special attention, because she likes to feel feminine. When a woman feels feminine, she's going to want to give back to her man and want to do things for you, in retrospect, give you what you need. So everybody kind of has to know what their role is. So when men come to me, they want somebody who is open-minded, who's strong in her, confident in herself. That's really important, because if you're confident in yourself, then you're going to be able to give your man the freedom that he needs, because you know that, you know, if he disrespects you or if he does something wrong where it's really terrible, then you can leave. Anybody can leave at any time that they want. Nobody, doesn't matter. Anybody can leave. The relationship is about two people wanting to be together, and that respect and that partnership has to be there. So that's what they look for, ideally.
Do you know what I like? Can I tell you what I like?
Sure.
I like a good morning, beautiful text. If I can't get a phone call, that's what I like.
Yes.
Just putting it out there.
Anything.
So there are millionaires in the city. Any place where they hang out?
Well, there's different kinds of millionaires. They like to do different things. They like to golf. They like, you know, private clubs, because they tend to not want to be exposed to BS or games. They have private lives, so they tend to do something a little bit more on the private side. They're not necessarily always out there, you know, showing off what they have. I prefer to deal with people, successful people, not necessarily just millionaires by any means, that are a little bit more understated and down to earth, and just really want quality, not necessarily, you know, have to be out and about where everybody goes.
Yeah, quality over quantity.
Yes, but they're definitely out there.
I'm sure there are many people here who would love to know more about what you do.
Sure.
And how can people do that? How can they find you?
You can go to our website, which is perfect-fit.ca. All the information is there. We have a fitness division to help people improve their, you know, how they look and build their confidence. There's all kinds of aspects that we offer. We can take somebody from A to Z, and you know, you can be coming out of a relationship and feeling like you're lost and nowhere, and we can really show you how you can get yourself back and meet somebody amazing too.
Because you have to love yourself before you can.
Absolutely. It's all about how you feel about yourself and the confidence level. When you go out there, you will attract the right people. If anybody ever says, I don't know why I keep attracting all these guys, or I don't know why these women are always, you know, around me. It's how you feel about yourself is key. Work on yourself, and then you will attract the right people. Like attracts like.
Like attracts like. I agree. All right, it's been wonderful. Thank you so much, everybody. We are back now with the creator of Midlife Bliss, Saskia Jennings. Welcome. I think we kind of borrowed from the coral/orange family.
Yeah.
Definitely coordinating. I love what you're wearing. I know that's your branding, right?
It is.
Orange. What are some of the elements of orange? What does that represent?
Oh, courage and dynamics, high energy.
Yeah, definitely. That's. Does anyone know Saskia? She is high energy for sure.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your background. You're originally from Holland.
Yes, I am from Holland.
And you had a great career in Holland, and then something happened. You got sick.
Yeah. That's what they call a burnout.
A burnout.
A burnout, and really on all levels, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and mentally, it all went wrong. Frozen shoulder, I couldn't do anything anymore, and I didn't feel happy, so they got rid of me at the office. So after 25 years of...
Fired you?
Yeah, sort of.
Not nice.
No, it wasn't nice. So after 25 years in corporate Holland, I had to switch gears. But it all started when I had turned 40. And it wasn't until years and years later that I realized that was where my midlife crisis started. Yeah.
And then you came, you had that I don't know, that inkling, something telling you to move to Canada. When did that happen?
Since '99, I had been traveling to Canada. I'm not sure why, but the first moment I landed here in '99, I knew this is where I belong. And I went back in the summer, in the fall, then the winter. People were wondering why I was traveling through the north, right? Yeah, and every year family and friends were asking, are you gonna move? It's time for you to move. No, it's not happening yet. And then I met the man of my dreams, and after 6 years, I just left Holland on 05. When I was 45. Left everything and my small family in Holland.
And then what happened in Canada?
And then in Canada, I did not land in the city. Well, I did land here, but I moved up north, and I started living in the forest, very rural, in the forest,
Wow.
3 hours north of Toronto, and that's where I learned a whole new lifestyle. Yeah.
So what do you do in the forest?
Not so much, especially not when you cannot work or go to school or anything. I just connected with nature, and I learned a lot about the Canadian heritage that a lot of people here don't know, but I married a real Canadian bush guy, so I learned everything about the
bush.
About the bush, yeah, which is a different lifestyle. I had to learn banking. I couldn't drive to town because there's no transportation, right? I didn't have a car. It was only
there a town? I'm not being.
There's like a half an hour drive. One time a week I had a car, and that's the way I could go to town. But it was only like 6,000 people or something that lived there. So, and in the winter it was dead, pretty much dead. Yeah.
It's a small community. You're in the bush, and then how did midlife bliss come from all that?
Well, the midlife bliss started after I decided that after a few years in a marriage it didn't work, and I felt very trapped, and I realized that I just neglected everything that I totally neglected myself, and that's where I knew that things went wrong, and I should just put myself first. So it took me about 2 years before I was ready to say, like, you know what, I really have to trust myself. Listen to my heart, I need to get out of here. Which means get out of the marriage, not necessarily getting out of the bush.
It's scary, but once you
2 years I was like totally frightened. Yeah, but I did it. I thought, you know what, I've always been very positive. I grew up in a very positive, non-violent family.
You got family here too, by the way.
Yes, my sister from Holland is...
Make some noise for them.
My only sister, we have a very small family. I'm happy that she's here. And where was I? Yeah, so I decided I'm done with it. I need to move. I didn't want to move out of the bush, really. So I moved a little bit less rural, but I stepped out of my marriage and I just started all over again, with no family.
Yeah, so this is the third again, starting with.
Yeah, over again. So yeah, and then I started hiring coaches and mentors. And that helped me to get me back to who I really was. who am I? What's in my heart? I wasn't really happy for a long time, and I had not the energy that I am now. So I got back to that, and then I found the word that they use, that's bliss.
Yeah.
So I actually created Midlife Bliss. I help women transform their midlife crisis into midlife bliss. And that is different for everybody.
Right.
But for me, it's about feeling my positive nature every day and being this bungee, jumpy woman that I am.
Let's identify what midlife crisis is. What ages does that attack most people?
Well, the research says, you can find it in the encyclopedia, it's at 40, it just starts. We noticed that now it starts earlier in women, but midlife crisis starts at 40. Not everybody likes the term, but that's the way it is, commonly mentioned. Things start to change in your life. Women feel really, they know something is going on, but they're afraid to listen to their heart, and that's the number one mistake most women make. They stay in their head, they listen to what everybody else thinks that their day should be going by, or how they should do it. They get distracted. Aging parents, they lose friends, they're not happy in their relationship, they feel like there's something more inside of them that they want to bring out. They don't know how, and they get stuck and are unhappy and unfulfilled.
Right, so you transform them into midlife bliss way of thinking.
They transform themselves.
They transform themselves.
But I give them the tools to do that.
Gotcha. What are some of the things that people can do to be blissfully happy? I mean, it's not possible all the time, but you have a choice to be happy.
Yeah.
You really are, very mindful of your thoughts and your actions. So what
That's
can you do?
exactly, you have to ask yourself with everything you do, is this what makes me happy? If you have to make your choices, then there's always A or B, or yes or no. Ask yourself, why would I choose this? What's important to me? And it's like this wall comes up, there's where the coaching comes in, help you break down the walls, the limiting beliefs, the old habits and patterns that you bring in. You have to learn that you are the one that can totally live her own life. You're responsible for your own life. You're the author of your own life. It's not always that easy, but go for it. Listen to your heart. Tune in with it.
And you have a way of tapping into a network of people. What do you have, a regular networking event?
Yeah, I actually, very naturally, when I decided a year ago to move to the city, which was a very scary decision, but I knew that I'm a connector and I need to be with people. I never thought that I could be a teacher, no, but I am. And so a year ago, I decided to move to the city, and I thought, oh yeah, well, at one day I will start a group. But when I started coming out of kind of a second midlife crisis after a few months, I moved. I came out, and people love my energy. Women love my energy. They say like, we want to have coffee with you. We want to have coffee with you. And I thought, no way! I cannot just go out all the time for coffee. And I don't want to sit in a mall where it's so busy. I don't like that. I love to serve coffee at my home. So Midlife Bliss Cafe was born, and I love to invite women to my house once a month. We have a lovely group, and there's quite a few women here, so thank you for being
And you
here.
make great coffee, by the way. So you gotta go check her out.
I'm not sure about the nice coffee, that's so strong, but yeah, so I do it monthly, but it's not just drinking coffee. I love to support and to encourage the women to support the others and ask for what they need. So usually we have a round of, what is it that you need? Ask for it. And
Ask and
so
you shall receive.
yeah, and you shall receive. And women want to make a difference. So it's a group of professional women and women entrepreneurs, and we're growing and expanding. And if you want to join, just connect with me.
Okay, so tell us how we join. How do we meet you?
Oh, you can definitely go on my website, saskiajennings.com, SASKIA Jennings.com. You don't find anything on the Midlife Bliss Cafe on there because that's my personal invitation. But if you want to email me, it's saskia@creatingbeingwell.com. And that's how you find me. Just Google Midlife Bliss, I come up.
Fantastic, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
candle and make me smell sweeter. And go home tonight, yes me not on a yard and make problems stress me. From you say road they may let it be. Oh, young go home tonight, yes. When you step in at the place and me at the spotlight, every girl a take a dance, have that me like. Oh, young go home tonight. Me just get here so me have money to earn. And if me broke a man in a my concern, and go home tonight. The landlord now get no rent mountain. The bill if I come with the bed come there. The bills man a call, cost me cost them. Every cent on the pocket a party that spend. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ah. So me say yeah, 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 me not stop party till 6 in the morning. Now go home alone, me kind of darling. And go home tonight. Have I stop at gas station and make things right. Me not make you ride unless time I'm right. And go home tonight. I am a lover, don't know how me fight. You hear me a beat out our drum last night. Yes, so me sleep and wake and come to me senses. And realize me still have me expenses. The landlord not get no rent mountain. The bill if I come for the bed come there. The bills man a call a cost me cost them. Every cent that in pocket a party that spend. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ah. So me say yeah, yeah. Ah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ah. I grind put on the pants, yeah, we match the shirt, yeah. Spray on me candle and make it smell sweeter. Yes, I ride stop at gas station and make things. Me now get me right and let's tie up. Yeah, so we sleep and we can come to this city. And realize we still have the expenses. Yes, you know we still not representing for the Nikki Clarke show. It feels good being here. It feels good. Thanks for having me.
All right, make some noise for Kafinal. Yeah, working a sweat there.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Hey, working hard. I appreciate that. So tell me about this song.
Well, it's a remake of Desmond because the Israelites.
But I reckon
It's like an all-time classic, you know. It's actually, you know, one of the pioneer, like one of the cornerstone of the development of Jamaica's music, right? It was a scare track. Actually, the second Jamaican song, I think, right, to do on the Billboard chart. First it was Millie Smalls, then it was Desmond Decker's Israelites. Went number 9 on the Billboard. It's 1969 it was released. Yes. Huge, huge hit.
Well, thank you for that song and bringing us back. You know, bringing a little bit old school with the new school. I appreciate that. And you do a lot of other things. You're an actor. You are also a comedian.
Yes, yes, yes.
Not just good looking and talented. You got everything.
Yes, but I was blessed, you know, right across the board of entertainment. So, you know, I just try to do my best, right? Yes.
And where can people find you? Where can they get your music?
Well, I'm on all the available social networks, the Facebook, the Instagram, Twitter, and it's Kafinal. And of course, there's the official website, kafinal.com, and the spelling is Kafinal.
And I should let you know that my father's actually, he hails from St. Catharines, Jamaica, where you're from.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, do you know Barton's?
Barton?
Country.
I'm from Pedro. Barton, then Macatree, then Pedro. My long last phone movie.
Oh, that's a pleasure. Thank you.
You know, I just gotta to say a little bit about that song. You know, it's creating a star. It's being played and picking up, you know, globally. It's a huge hit in Asia, Africa, Europe. And currently the #1 song here in Toronto on the Kafinal show, thanks to the people's vote. And I'm very grateful for that, you know. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much for being here and blessing us with that song. We really appreciate it. One more time for Kafinal.